Hello, friends. I am here with Sanjiv ji in his Fremont office. You don't see me in the video because of social distancing. But luckily, with video, we are safe. You are very welcome to watch it. There, I can guarantee you, no COVID will catch you at all by watching this video. So stay safe, all jokes apart. That's what's important. Obviously, there are a lot of updates happening in the medical world, but similarly there's a lot of things are happening in economical world as well, right? As we see, stores are opening up. There's a talk going on right now, schools will open up soon. People are going back to work in some cases, and then there are people who are not going to work. Then there are people who are laid off, who have lost their jobs. There are counties that are closing down again. So a lot of turmoil going on. So I wanted to find out from Sanjeev ji. So last time we talked a lot about the stimulus package that I think everybody have already taken benefit of that. And then on top of that, we have this a payroll protection loan, and a lot of people are ran out of money on that as well. So if you can, are there any new updates? And B, there's a lot of confusion with this loan forgiveness right now. Is Do people need to start applying for forgiveness right now? There's a lot of question for that, or should they wait longer period to apply for that forgiveness? So if you can kind of catch us up as to what has changed in last 3 weeks.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Deepak, for doing this. Of course, there a lot of confusion exists among the small business owners regarding the PPP loan forgiveness. But answering to your question on the updates, which is coming up for any update of our business owners, small business owners, of course, we are looking forward for another stimulus that may come in, maybe second installment of PPP loan, but more targeted towards hard hit industries like restaurants and hotels. So they might, because there's at least $130 billion still remaining in the PPP loan, and they have extended the date. They have extended the date for the business owners to apply for PPP loan till August 8. So note down this date, August 8. So if you are one of those business owners who have not yet got the PPP money or not applied, this is a chance to get this money, PPP money, by August 8. They have shifted the date from June 30th to August 8. Very good, easy money. You can get it 1%, which is forgiven. With the current conditions, you can easily forgive this loan if you do it properly within the guidelines as put by the SPA. So that's the update. So this loan has been extended. You can apply for this loan till August 8. EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, you can apply for that as well. If you qualify for it, you can get a loan up to $150,000 at a rate of interest of 3.75%. We are looking for more stimulus coming from the government, from the Congress in the month of July recess, before they go for 1 month recess. So we are looking forward for that. Coming to the PPP loan forgiveness update. So a lot of people have asked this question, like you rightly said, when should we apply for forgiveness and what should we do, whether it's 8 week or 24 week, what is the criteria? So for applying forgiveness, you can apply for forgiveness as soon as possible, or you can wait for 10 months after the covered period ends. It all depends upon how much payroll cost is there, how much you're using that money for payroll cost. As everyone knows, you have to use at least 60% for payroll. So if your payroll is very high and the employees are taking salary less than $100,000, and you're maintaining the staff levels throughout the covered period of 8 weeks or 24 weeks, whichever you choose, then you can apply for forgiveness as soon as possible, even before the end of the covered period, if you have used that money, provided you meet the guidelines like I said, employees should not take more than $100,000 in a year. So they're limited to, if you take 8 weeks period, they're limited to 15,385. If you take 24-week period, they're limited to 46,124 amount. So depending per employee. If you're owner employee, you can take 15,385. If you choose 8 week period, if you choose 24 week period, you're limited to 20,833. You cannot take more than that. Non-owner employee can take about 46,124. Owner employees can take only up to 20,033. So if you are into that, if you have high payroll and you're going to maintain the number of employees throughout the covered period, and you compare the number of employees with the number of employees you have on February 15th, and you consume that loan easily, then you can apply for forgiveness as soon as possible once that money goes out. There is no there's no restriction that you have to wait for the covered period to end. You can apply when the money runs out. Only thing you have to remember in this is you have to maintain consistently the number of employees till the end of the covered period if you apply before the end of the covered period. So let's say for example you have 10 employees on February 15th and 10 employees you maintain during the covered period. You got a loan of $60,000 PPP loan and you use that money in let's say 8 weeks period. And let's say in fifth week you use that money, you can apply for forgiveness. There is easy form, you can apply easy form. It's very easy, you can apply for that one. But since there is 3 more weeks remaining for the 8 week period but you apply earlier, you have to continue maintain a number of employees 10 till the end of the 8 week period. That's the only thing you have to remember. So if you have a bigger payroll, bigger number of employees, less than 100,000, and you can consume that money easily for payroll, yes, then you can apply. But I will suggest to all the people that not to apply as before the end of the covered period. Why? Because now we are getting some update that SBA, the Congress, is working on a proposal to get automatic forgiveness. Now, automatic means there's one page form with disclaimers. That's it for a loan amount up to $150,000. So any loan amount up to $150,000, they are doing just one page disclaimer, and that's it. Now that proposal is still pending in the Congress. Banks have gone for it because they have to purchase, otherwise they have to purchase a lot of loans, they have to spend a lot of money. So it might, if it passes, then it's automatic forgiveness. You don't have to do all those 9 years of calculation and everything. So we are waiting for that to pass, and information will be coming on that proposal very soon. So we are waiting for that automatic forgiveness up to $150,000. For people above $150,000, well, it's better if you have a lot of employees. You can choose 8 week period. If you have less number of employees, then you choose the 24-week period. Why? Because less number of employees, you have to pay more. You get more period to pay them and get the forgiveness done. Now, what about the expenses? Now, 60% we know is payroll. What about the expense of 40%? Rent, utilities, and interest on mortgage payments. If you have those payments and your payroll is not heavy, but you have those payments, then look for 24-week period. Don't look for 8 week period. 8 week period is meant only and only for people who have taken loan before June 5th. You have the choice. After June 5th, if you have taken any loan, if your loan gets disbursed to you, you don't have a choice of 8 week to 24-week period. You only have choice of 24-week period. So you have to go 24 weeks period. So once that 24-week period exhausts, you can apply within 10 months from the end of the covered period. So there's a lot of time. Now, in case you have a reduction in number of employees, for example, on February 15 you have 10 employees, in the covered period you have 6 employees, you can hire back 4 employees, or you can hire new employee, or you can hire old employees by December 31st. So let's say the covered period runs till October 15, and you have 10 employees on February 15, but 6 employees till October 15. So to get full forgiveness, you can hire back 4 employees by December 31st. You don't have to hire back them within that covered period. You can hire back by December 31st, and you can apply for forgiveness after December 31st, so that you get full forgiveness if the loan amount is exceed $150,000. So that's also calculation you have to understand. It's important to, one more thing we have to understand here is we are waiting for guidelines from the Congress. Now there is one more proposal there in the Congress which asks for double dipping of expenses. As you know, if you take salary and other expenses against the PPP loan, you don't get tax deduction when you file your tax returns. Now there's a proposal in the Congress for allowing that deduction as well. On top of it, they want payroll taxes also to be deducted. So we are waiting for the double dipping of those expenses. If that happens, then it's a game changer for a lot of people. We are still waiting for that one. So these are the updates for you guys at this time, all of you at this time. As I said, a lot of things are changing, but when the question comes of choosing between 8 week period and 24 week period, the important things are to be considered are the payroll cost that you have, the number of employees, the rent, interest on mortgage, and other qualifying expenses that you have. If you have all those things and you can easily prove it, then you can go for forgiveness But if the loan amount is less than $150,000, wait for more time for this automatic forgiveness. If its loan amount is above $150,000, then like I said, then it will all depend upon how much payroll you're running, how much expenses you have, what is the staff number of staff you maintain, employees you maintain. Don't reduce the employee salaries beyond 25%. If you reduce their salary beyond 25%, you can cover that extra amount by December 31st. So to get 100% forgiveness done. So these are a few things at this time which one should consider, small business owners should consider for getting full forgiveness at this period.
Now, Sanjiv ji, do we have a timeline yet when we might hear if these changes will actually happen?
There are a couple of proposals in the Congress at this time. Like I said, they're going to go into recess in the month of August, first week for a month. So in the July month you will see a lot of activity.
Okay, so probably by the end of the month, we should have more updates for everyone. Now, there are a lot of questions we've been getting in comments, and people are emailing us. If somebody needs consultation with you regarding this PPP loan forgiveness, are you only doing it in Bay Area, or are you talking to people all over the country right now?
All over the country. We are getting business owners calling from Connecticut. We are getting business owners from New Jersey, from Seattle, from
Texas. I saw some.
Texas, other places. So we are doing phone consultation, and we can practice. We can do work for any one state. Being in the Bay Area, we can work for all 50 states. So if you have any question of forgiveness, we have done a lot of work in this area. We have a lot of clients who are looking for forgiveness. For that, so you can connect with us via email or via phone, and we can set up that consultation appointment.
So the process is that you do a consultation appointment, and after that, we can pretty much get all the paperwork ready and do the rest for you.
We are looking for 4 stages of support. One is the eligibility verification support. So in that, we verify that you are eligible for that kind of loan, which is very important based upon your number of payrolls, based upon your payroll and number of months and other things. Then we look at the second stage, disbursement verification. Disbursement verification is whether you're using that money as per the guidelines for rent, utilities, interest on mortgage plus payroll cost. Third stage we are doing is PPP loan forgiveness support. For applying for forgiveness, other documentation we need like bank statements and cancelled checks and verification of those items. So that's also, and maintaining QuickBooks for PPP loan forgiveness. And fourth is a tax verification support. So what are expenses that we can use for tax purposes versus PPP support? That's also we are providing. So we are providing these 4 stages of support for our clients.
All right, guys, if you have any question, you can definitely reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you. You will find a link for applying for a consultation appointment with Sanjiv ji on our website, sanjivcpa.com. You can meet with him online, and then rest can be taken care of by the office. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll come up with more updates by the end of the month.
Thank you.